Imagine this. You wake up feeling awful, headache, sore throat, the works. You call work hoping for a sympathetic ear. Instead, you hear a sigh. Again? Your coworker says, a hint of annoyance in their voice. You're left feeling worse than before, not just physically but emotionally too. This scenario, unfortunately, is all too common. When we're sick, we crave understanding and support, but instead of receiving genuine sympathy, we often encounter pity, indifference, or even resentment. Why is it so hard for some people to offer comfort and compassion to those who are unwell? This disconnect stems from a complex interplay of societal attitudes, psychological defense mechanisms, and a fundamental misunderstanding of what it means to truly empathize. In a society that prizes productivity and strength, illness is often perceived as a weakness or an inconvenience. From a young age, we're conditioned to associate illness with negativity. We're told to toughen up and shake it off. We see portrayals of sickness in media as something dramatic or temporary, rarely capturing the long-term reality of chronic conditions. This creates a societal stigma around illness, making people hesitant to show vulnerability or ask for help. We fear judgment. We worry about being perceived as weak or burdensome. This internalized stigma prevents us from seeking the support we need and deserve. Furthermore, our fast-paced culture often leaves little room for empathy. We're constantly bombarded with information and demands on our time, making it easy to become desensitized to the struggles of others. Ironically, the lack of sympathy towards sick people often stems from a place of fear. Witnessing someone else's illness can trigger our own mortality, reminding us of our own vulnerability. To cope with this discomfort, we might distance ourselves emotionally, minimizing the person's suffering or attributing it to something they did. We might offer unsolicited advice or downplay their experience, unintentionally invalidating their feelings. This avoidance, while understandable, ultimately prevents us from connecting with the person on a deeper level. True sympathy requires us to acknowledge the reality of their suffering, even if it makes us uncomfortable. Section 4. A bridge called empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It's about putting ourselves in their shoes, imagining what it's like to experience the world from their perspective. When we approach someone's illness with empathy, we move beyond pity. We see their humanity, their strength in the face of adversity. We listen with open hearts, offering support without judgment. Empathy is not about fixing or offering solutions. It's about simply being present with the person in their pain. It's about letting them know they're not alone, that their feelings are valid, and that they are loved and supported. Section 5. Sympathy, a balm for the soul. Sympathy, unlike pity, acknowledges the person's suffering without diminishing their worth. It's about offering genuine care and understanding, creating a safe space for them to feel heard and validated. A simple, "I'm so sorry you're going through this," can go a long way in conveying sympathy. Offering practical help, like bringing over a meal or running errands, shows that you care and want to ease their burden. Even if you can't physically be there, a phone call, text message, or card expressing your concern can provide immense comfort. The key is to communicate your genuine empathy, letting the person know that you see their struggle and are there for them. Section 6. Cultivating compassion. Creating a more compassionate society requires us to challenge the stigma surrounding illness. We need to start by acknowledging that everyone experiences sickness at some point in their lives. Let's encourage open conversations about health and well-being, creating safe spaces for people to share their experiences without fear of judgment. Let's challenge the notion that illness equates to weakness, celebrating the resilience and strength it takes to cope with health challenges. Most importantly, let's approach each other with empathy and understanding. Let's make an effort to listen, to offer support, and to show up for those who are struggling. By cultivating compassion in ourselves and our communities, we can create a world where everyone feels seen, heard, and cared for.